Hi, Jerry.
Hi, Sumi.
Hey, so everybody, we are here again with our second episode on movies and musings. We'll be discussing another Christmas movie or holiday themed movie called Champagne Problems. And if you are thinking if this is another Taylor Swift song, it's not, but it's a Christmas movie. And we'll be discussing this movie in a minute, but before that, Sherry will be sharing the screen and reading us the log line of the movie, and it's on Netflix again.
Okay, much better.
Okay.
Okay. Hello. So today is about champagne problems, which are like minor problems for expensive rich people. So I think the story revolves around an on-the-rise executive travels to France to secure the acquisition of a renowned champagne brand before Christmas. But her plans are upended when she falls into a whirlwind romance with a charming Persian on to discover he's the founder's son. So I think the plot line twist around these two people, which her name is Sydney Price and his name is Henry. I think she is a single woman who is very much career focused, and she had a chance to take a trip to Paris for work, but ideally she goes for one night to enjoy, and where she probably discovered an entire new situation in her life. How do you feel about the movie, Sumi? Like when you watched it, like what was your first impression on the movie?
Oh, the first impression is that it was about Paris anyway, right? I mean, it's the most beautiful city in the world, city of lights, and during Christmas, of course, it is going to be just amplified like 100 times anyway. And I was also thinking about the characters. Our Henry Cassell, our main character, guy main character, he did a good job as Parisian. I know he's from France. Obviously, he's going to do good job as a Parisian anyway. But um, to show that romantic side of the city and the play, I mean, and the country. I mean, I'd like to take whole France as a romantic romantic state. Sorry, country. Living in the US makes everything look like state. So right, and he did a very good job as a Parisian, as you said. I mean, and and everything that is I am very connected to, that I admire a lot, happened in this movie. It's about the bookstores, falling in love in the bookstores and finding that soulmate, the best partner for your life in a bookstore. And of course, it has happened in Paris. I know I'm forgetting more about the Christmas side of the story and what she came, what what she came for to the city and all. But yeah, um, that's what I thought. Okay, this is everything I love. What did you
Mm.
think?
So for me, it did feel a deja vu seeing Paris for me because it's a city of love, and it has a there is a definitely reason to say that because every season, every time you go to Paris, it's definitely a romantic city, and it's all about romance in Paris and kind of entire France. So the first time when I saw the backdrop of the movie, I really felt like I was in the same place. I mean, I couldn't wonder like when comparing like I was in this place, I was being here and there. That made me feel a little be more attentive to the story. It feels like I'm sort of seeing these characters in front of my eyes, sort of thing. But I love the way. The cameraman did his obvious excellent work on showing the rural part of France, urban part of France, and the shadow and the characters and quite everything. For me, it was definitely a movie that it's a definitely a Christmas movie because you from starting to end you will see Christmas sparkles, whether it be in US location or in France. So that did at least kept the movie starting with the cheerful from Christmas side, and the story there goes, and
Yeah.
it was no way.
For me, of course, they did a good job of showing the both countries, both cities, and also the countryside of France and all. But I also thought that they could have done a bit more showcase of the Paris city
Mhm.
during Christmas, right?
Mhm.
Because I think they revolved around the Eiffel Tower a little
Mhm.
bit, and then they could have just taken some road trip
Mhm.
uh, scenes, right? That's what I thought. I mean, you can just maybe mm, increase the length of movie by just 5 minutes, and then you can do a great job.
Yeah, so I think probably I didn't felt like anything is lacking over the storyline, but I felt like little there are kind of it felt too soon for me to fall in love in one person. I know like the first impressions are always the best
Yeah,
impressions. I understand that, and you could there is a moment that you can freeze in your life, but for me I felt like I don't know if I'm too involved in the characters or sort of thing. It just felt like the movie is running. I mean the relationship between the male lead and female lead feels like sudden, and it didn't feel like it was little natural to me. It just feel like they're acting over the part of the movie. So for me, I had a little bit trouble to understand the characters between male and female. But if I put them in their worlds, I think because Tom is from he's a French actor, so I think he did his job better. And where Sydney's character, her part, she did well when she was shown at US part, but I couldn't still. I don't feel the characters are like they just bounce back like as they met. I mean, they try to feel, but I don't think there was a little bit. I feel like romance was maybe they would, as you said, maybe they would have spent another 15 minutes of really showing Paris and talking about um to make the characters more natural. For me, I felt like they tried to bring Sydney character like she's the problem solver sort of thing in every scene you walk into the movie, but she has her own problems. I think they kind of stressed a lot on her character where she tried to solve everyone's issue, but it's a little bit off. But there are things I love about other characters. For me, most favorite character is definitely Roberto. He's a fun guy, and he's a fun-loving guy, and he's also a fun guy. And at the end of the movie, and there is a competition between like who can take care of the shadow. That's the champagne trouble here. So I think over the movie, there are characters. I think Roberto would be my first most liked character, and I would. The second would be Bubbles. I love the pet. I love the pet. I love the name. How the name the pet as Bubbles. And I love Philip character. And there are a lot of other characters they try to put in, but I felt like on the storyline they would have done little more better job. But I would also say that, for me, if it's a Christmas movie, I did it's not boring. It was there.
yeah, it's
Please
sharp.
think about the storyline and definitely like who is your most favorite character?
It's charming. The movie itself is charming. I understand that. I understand why you feel that they got connected in a small span of time, and I just have to blame Paris for that.
Yeah, could be, could be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to talk about Roberto as well. I mean, what a fun guy. I mean,
Yeah.
not just fun. I mean, the philosophy he holds in his heart, right, to fall in love and just be vulnerable in it. It doesn't matter. I mean, if you are very cautious about falling in love, it, it doesn't make any sense, and that's what he just showed, right? And putting the fun part aside, I just felt that he also holds that great philosophy for life, and and also and as I said, in every Christmas movie, right? If you are 10% fun in real life, you'll be 100 times more fun person in
True, true, true.
they'll they'll be maximizing that personality, like multiplying that personality level in into a number that we can't fathom. And and also I understand why um Sydney went to Roberto, right? She went to Roberto when she was thinking about Henry all night, right? She couldn't go to anyone else, right? That's how reachable that person is. I understand what I'm trying to say is
He's
how
a warm guy. He's definitely a warm guy.
how we can just go to that person. He's very reachable, right? Doesn't matter. Yeah, and doesn't matter how much his father earns and his bank balance is. And yeah, I mean that they have done a good job giving him the castle.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
Yeah, and also Henry's father, right? Henry's father, he was such a loving person. I know that Henry and Henry's father had big problems after Henry's mother died, but they tried to demonize the character a bit more than they should, right? In the beginning of the story, when Henry goes to their house and then asks the servant guy, calling his father Grinch, "Where is the Grinch?" He says, "Where is the Grinch?" And who are you mentioning, man? I mean, I was like, who are you mentioning? I mean, your father is not rich. He's the most loving person in this story, right? Entirely.
Yeah.
Uh, and he tries to bring the people in this competition together, right? He doesn't want them to kind of fight each other. It doesn't matter whether whoever, who it is going to, who the vineyard is going to. And of course, it's still movie, and I am very connected to that guy as well,
Mhm, mhm.
Henry's father, right? And yeah, that's one of the characters I love. Of course, I love Sydney and Henry, but I think in this movie, the supporting characters done a great job. They've done a great job. Whoever has written this story, I didn't research it. They have done a great job in writing the supporting characters, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And and when it comes to the beauty of lights, of course, they have done a good job. Except that I wanted more out of it, and also one thing, it doesn't have anything to do with the movie. It's the book that Henry's mother gave to
Oh,
Henry. Right?
yeah, yeah.
I don't want to reveal the name, but Cherry, you should know.
I have it. I
You
have it.
have it, right?
Yeah,
I bought it when I read it. I was pregnant at the time when I
yeah,
read it. And I decided on that day, on the day I finished the book, that this is the book I am going to give my son or daughter as soon as they're born or as soon as they're ready for the world.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
one book that I'm going to give them. And I also kind of painted a bookmark. Our title page, I painted it so that they can use the bookmark as well. It's the most amazing book, and guys, if you're watching this video and if you're you should watch the movie and you should find out what book that is, because that is going to be your best friend for life. That book.
I actually bought my book from Paris.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so there is this very, 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 very old bookshop called Shakespeare Bookstore. It is actually like kind of Shakespeare's bookstore, very old one. It's opposite to Notre Dame. I bought tons of books, maybe not tons, maybe hundreds of books or something. I bought from the store when I visited. I had a whole bag of books at the time, and this specific book I knew when I was asking for recommendations at the store. I By the time I was not, I think I was married, but it was our honeymoon. I didn't have any kids at the time, but I accidentally bought the book because many people in Paris recommended the book. But it's such a lovely book. It's such a warm and lovely book.
They love it in France. I mean, of course, the other guy, he was a French guy,
Yeah,
anyway, and they love it. And I think everybody that who can read should read this book.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
Doesn't matter if it is a translation in your own mother tongue or
Yeah.
something. Everybody should read this book. And I mean, it holds that greatest philosophy that
Mm.
that that hundreds of pages or anything in the world cannot give. That's what I think.
Yeah.
And that's one thing. My friend Venki, he watched the movie and he was like, "Oh my God, Sumitra, you have to. Do you know this? They are referring to this book." And of course, I know it. I watched it, and because I kind of pushed them to read this book a lot. They know that how much I love this book, and then, yeah. So guys,
I have the book beside me. I have the bookcase. I have it. I want to show it, but I will not spoil the movie.
yeah, exactly. No, just not. I mean, like the moment she carries the book out, right? The moment Sydney carries the book out of that wine cellar, I was like, oh my God.
I thought they would kiss.
Yeah.
Man, they didn't.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That the kind of what do you call this? Chemistry kind of fell off there. It felt like, but yeah, but I think they were in a very good mood by then, right? Already. So yeah, yeah, that's one thing I wanted to mention. I mean, it's and also falling in love. I mean, I know they didn't fall in love in the bookstore, but I think Henry has already fallen in love with her in the bookstore itself as soon as he sees her, right? Did you
Yeah.
did you see that? Did you observe that? It's like that's why, of course, he called her to go on a date with him. Yeah, and it's like yeah, finding and it's another amazing thing for women. Like I think all of us, not all of us, at least 99% of women, we all feel like oh, we should own a small bookstore. That's also a
Yeah.
cafe. That's also a plant store. It's
Yeah.
everything we all wanted.
It's every woman's dream.
A dream, right? And
Yeah.
I loved it
Yeah.
when they showed, and of course, French people love life, love that the philosophy of living the life to the fullest, and it doesn't have to be kind of millions of dollars in your bank account and all that stuff. And that's exactly what they showed in Henry's life, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
They did a good part in, I mean, they did a good job in the story part. Of course, they could have kind of increased the length of the movie a bit. That's what I, as you said as well. And yeah, that's our movie, Champagne Problems. What do you want to talk about something else on about this movie?
I have to say, there are, irrespective of the storyline, I think there are many things that they were cautious on showing and the hard work they put into, like, and we have already discussed about story, but when it coming to the fashion sense, like, I mean, I don't have anything to complain about, or say, I mean, it's French, so it's there. But even if you look at the luxury world that have in today, is like there is Chanel, there are certain brands that are way too expensive. But when they try to show up Sydney's character, it's Sydney's philosophy is like she wants to support for small business. She because her mother was involved in small business, so she want to keep small business going. So when it coming to her dresses, and also they didn't use like high end luxury because she's in Paris sort of thing. They went like very small brands like Pauline. I think in the entire movie, even when she was in New Jersey and Paris, she was wearing a lot of Pauline bags, and it's a native French brand. And I think there is one store in New Jersey at this point, but it is small brand. But so I think even her character, when the movie team is working on cast and crew and starting to put about costumes, I think they were very cautious about showing the characters and all. They didn't. Even though Hugo and Henry, they're part of, they own a shadow business and they have the champagne thing, they didn't show him as if he's the prince of entire thing. They did try to address that there is a business and it has troubles. And they sort of put everything over there, saying like this is the realistic of the movie, and the name they did had a lot of justice to it. And I think there are several departments that have done really fantastic job on aligning the actors and all. And comedy, I mean, the Christmas timing was definitely there. The time, the monologue, everything, it's definitely there. I would definitely watch it some other time, definitely. It's not that bad of a. I mean, it's not at all bad. I mean, it's not such a movie that I will not overthink.
Yeah, it's rewatchable. I mean, I know it's a really predictable movie even for a first watch as
Yeah.
well, because they of course like um did use that kind of Christmas movie template.
Mhm.
Big city girl moving to big city again, New York to Paris. I mean, that
Mhm.
is where the business decision could have happened if
Mhm.
not for Henry's father, right?
Mhm.
He had to take everyone to their own home and
Mhm.
all
Mhm.
that stuff. But big city to big city, that's one thing, of
Yeah.
course, and everything else, they have just followed the template, and it's predictable, but it's still rewatchable.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. I would definitely rewatch it. I
Yeah.
would recommend anyone would rewatch it at the time of the Christmas year. It just have that Christmas hallmark spark over there, so you can definitely watch it. It's a really good movie.
Yeah, yeah. So how would you rate it? Of course, we are not here to rate the movies. We are only
Um,
to introduce them to this, I mean, wider audience in our country. And but still, if you have to rate it, how much would
mhm.
you rate it?
I would say it's between 6 and 7.
Ten.
Maybe 6.5, 6.4, something like that. Because it's not a movie that I can bear with sort of thing. It is definitely a rewatchable movie to keep that Christmas thing going and all. And yeah, I would definitely rate it, but I would suggest everyone to watch at least one time. Um, it just gives a lot of perspective, because we are just two people
Mm.
talking about how we really felt about a movie. I mean, we are not being paid to say that. We were speaking how we felt it, but and I'm pretty sure there are other people who have a different opinions of the movie, and I'm pretty sure some of them might say it's an excellent movie. It's just a timing and
Yeah,
things
it's
that
the
plans are there. Yeah, yeah,
it's
definitely.
the season.
Yeah, yeah,
La
definitely.
la 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 la. La.
Yeah. How would you rate it? Tell me, how much would you rate
Yeah.
it?
On a movie scale, I mean, out of 10, I would just rate it 7. On a rewatchable scale, I would just say 5 out of 10 because There are other movies I would rewatch it, but if I have to rewatch this movie, I'll rewatch it.
Yeah,
But if I have other options that like Biltmore Christmas and
yeah.
Champagne Problems, I'll go to Biltmore Christmas. So that's kind of this review I'd like to give. Yeah.
Definitely. We would recommend our audience to watch it and probably tell us what they feel about the movie, or if they want to give any feedback, or if they love something of what we said and they were connected, that would be happy, and
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can
yeah. It's so with this movie, it's not just the movie, it's not just the um just these beautiful decorations of Paris and all. There is something else you're
yeah,
going to get from this movie. So you have to watch it.
yeah,
You
yeah,
have to read
definitely.
that book.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Oh yeah, at least for the book, you should at least know like what book we are talking about. It's a very good book. I wish I could show you the book, but
yeah.
it's worth it.
Yeah, exactly. It's worth it. It's worth the watch.
Yeah.
So what next movie are we planning to kind of watch? Cherry, do
I
you have any plans or
I think Netflix has a couple of movies coming in. I think one I wanna do was My Secret Santa. I definitely am still waiting to wanna do it. But do you have anything that you wanna do as the next one?
oh so since there are some new ones that are coming, but we don't have to wait for it because we have a lot of other other movies
Mhm.
that we already have. So
Mhm.
I would like for us to watch Biltmore Christmas.
Mhm.
It's on Netflix. It's about a story. It's about time travel story
Mhm.
during Christmas, and you will love it. So let's for the next episode, let's watch Built for
Sure,
Christmas and let's review it.
sure.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys, that's it for today on the second episode of Movies and Musings. We will see you with Built for Christmas review in the next episode. Bye bye.
Bye bye.